What's good, YouTube? This is the Yugi Collector here, 67401. Now, it's a little dark in here because I have a really bad glare on my television because I'm streaming this through my PlayStation 3. And as you can see, this is the updated ban list that they have posted. So they updated it yesterday. So right there where it says that the September 1st, 2012 list will still be in effect until March 1st of 2013. Now, due to my PlayStation 3, it's a little darker, but I'll try to zoom in right there where you can see Forbidden and Limited list effective March 1st, 2013. And this is off of the Konami's website. So let y'all know that I ain't blowing no smoke up nobody's butt. So now we get down to the nitty gritty, and I'll just try to take that glare off. And of course we know the typical stuff that is banned and whatnot. And then we get down to our Mr. Sangan right there. Mr. Sangan is out because he was limited and now he's out. So for those of you that didn't believe that Sangan was going to be out, well, he's out now. So you have about 8 more days to get whatever play that you want to get in and use him. You whatever tournaments that they're going to throw at your locals for this weekend will be your last week to play Sangan and to play Wind-Up Carriers in Mighty, which is also banned for the March 1st, 2013 list because he was limited last format back in September, so he'll be gone. So you got to make your changes. And wind-up players, don't cry because wind-up decks are still got some life in them. I've seen some crazy videos on DevPro, and it is insane how some people have still made wind-ups a force to be reckoned with, even with Magician at 1 and wind-up carriers in Mighty gone out of the picture. So now we get down to our limiteds, meaning you can only use one of these. Of course, we always know the Exodia set, and Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning was not touched on this list. So our envoys are still in, which is fantastic. I am very shocked that was left the way it was. And of course we all know that Goyo Guardian wasn't going to come back. I knew that from the top of my head that whoever posted it on that other list, that was really silly to put it on eBay and make it go $30, $40, $50, $60. And then when the Shriek list came out, whoever did it was probably feeling real dumb. So that's why I say trust the Shriek list, because it's coming straight from Japan. That's the list that I trust. And of course the official Konami's list, which is the American list. So those are the two lists that I will speak on, of what list is what and what list is real and what list isn't real. And then we see our wind-up magician will be at 1. So wind-up players, just put your thinking caps on and make it happen, because it's still possible. And what is it? Our 1 Day of Peace finally at 1, because that Gishki FTK and the Pro Instant build for Exodia, I can understand why Konami decided to knock this card down to 1. But, hey, it's all good. I mean, it just slows the game down, and I didn't like it. Now, the big one was Solemn Warning. I was very confused on why they put this at 1, because I only used 1 in my deck. But, the Asian Eyes White Dragon has a video speaking on what would be a good substitute for Solemn Warning. He had regular Horn of Heaven, Black Horn of Heaven, Pulling the Rug. But he forgot 1, but it only works for 2 types of monsters, and that was Chaos Trap Hole, because it only works for light and darks. Since most decks now are running big monsters that are light and dark themed, like the Light Pulsar and the Dark Flare, Chaos Sorcerer, and Blackluster Envoy, that would basically be a reprint, a substitute for Solemn Warning, because it negates the summoning and then it knocks it out of play, or banishes, as we now call it. So that would be my take on the replacement for a second warning. For those of you that don't have any other outs to use now that Solemn Warning will be reduced to 1. So Chaos Trap Hole and then the other three cards that I mentioned. But yeah, check out his video that he has on his site. He has really good information about what cards are still good and what cards are still playable. So that's why I like watching his videos. And big shout out to you, Asian Eyes White Dragon. Hopefully you'll give me a shout out soon. This is the semi-limited, meaning you can use 2 of these. And we see Sekiyomi went to 2 because it was at 1, and then the new one restricted to 2 was Thunder King Ryo. That card was pretty much the biggest anti-meta card that was pretty much in the game. So having them to force it to be at 2, because most players I've seen that use the card against me in games, I only seen them run 2. So to make it 2, I didn't really understand that. If they could have left it at 3, it really wouldn't have bothered me any. But that's Konami for you. And then now we get down to the cards that's no longer on the list, meaning you can use 3 of these. So we have our Blackwing Kalu, the Moon Shadow, which is really good for the Blackwing players. Lightswarm Lumina. I don't know why they put her at 3, because she was at 2. But some folks are saying to make Lightswarms a little more powerful, either add a second Honest or to add another Charge of the Light Brigade. That was their opinions on that, their comments to that response to them putting Lumina at 3. If they had put those other cards at 2, that would possibly make Lightswarm slightly better, which I agree. And then Spore, putting him at 3 really doesn't make a difference because his effect only goes off once per duel, just like Zephyros the Elite for the Blackwings. So running 3 copies of a card doesn't really matter, because I know they wasn't going to let Glow Up Bub come back, because that would have just been really stupid. We'd have way too many shenanigans with that. And then for the 6 Samurai players, which gets the biggest boost of the year, is Shein Smoke Signal at 3, and of course, the Gateway of the 6 was not hit. And the Kiko 25X got a video talking about, is Evil Swarm Ouroboros worth the hype? I say yes it is, because of that dangerous loop that's on DevPro that shows Evil Swarm Ouroboros and Daigusto Emerald tag teaming, pretty much, killing your opponent's hand and graveyard, and then recycling everything back into the extra deck to draw 1. It is such a nasty combo. So for the next 6 months, if you are fearing 6 Sam decks and other decks that are running those 2 cards together, it's going to be a big problem for a lot of new players that don't understand how that loop works. Thankfully, I'm not a new player, so I'm be well prepared. And then Mind Crush goes to 3. Mind Crush at 3, I mean, that's okay. Like, no, oh wow, like, oh, I can't believe they did it. It's alright. I mean, if they want to put it at 3, they could put it at 3. I know a lot of Dark World players normally guess wrong on the Mind Crush, so they can discard their Dark World monsters to get the plus. So I don't know if they're going to use that to their advantage to run it in 3s, or they just want to properly guess the card to knock it out. I don't know, but that is it for the list. So this is it, YouTube. This is our list for 2013's March 1st. And for all of the new players out there, for my new students, please be ready. Have your decks fixed. And then there you see Gateway is still at 1. Just to make sure of that. And somebody was saying on another leaked video that they wanted Drag Down to go to 1. They wanted Mizuki to go to 2. If they'd have let Mizuki go to 2, I say zombie decks would explode a lot more. And then they said Longfire Blossom should come back to 2. I'm like, no, don't do that, because it'll just explode too much. They said Plague Spreader Zombie should go back to 2. There's too many plays with that. It is way too many plays. And seeing Gladiator Beast Bestiari go to 2, someone also said that in another video. That wouldn't really bother me, because Glads has not done pretty much almost nothing in the last 2 or 3 formats. So to see Glads come back and do some wreckage, that wouldn't be too bad. I actually am bored of the deck. I actually ran Glads to the point where I was like 96% winning with the deck. So I just like, you know what? Glads they ran their course with me, and now it's time for me to run something else. But that's it, YouTube. I ain't gonna run this in your ear anymore. So you got 8 more days to play all the other cards, to play your Wind Up Zen Mighty at 1, to still play your Sangan at 1. I already took my Sangans out of my decks. That was pretty much the only one correction that I needed to make. I do not really play my wind-ups anymore. I've had some issues with them. The 6 Samurais, I will be playing them again soon. As soon as I reconstruct the deck and start it over a little bit, I want to give it a new flavor. Now with the new Exceeds coming in, definitely want to do that. So this is the Yu-Gi Collector 6741. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm sure that you've already seen this list on other videos, but I always want to do one for my video because a lot of other folks don't know. But that's it, YouTube, and I'll check y'all later.